this video, we're going to add about me information for an application user, and we're going to add the ability for a user to update that information. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new service for our user. And we'll also create the interface. And before we forget, let's go ahead and add that to our services. Okay, so just like our other service or post service, we're going to need the application DB context, and we're going to have to inject that. So let's just copy that and paste in here, and then change this post service to user service. Just to start off, we'll just add a method to allow for updating an application user. Okay, and let's just add this signature to our interface. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to extend our application user model to hold a couple more properties. In addition to first name and last name, we also want to hold the about me information. If we look at the clean blog theme that we downloaded, we'll see that up here we have the about, and we click on it, we see about me, which I'm thinking we'll probably change about me to the name of the blogger. And then we also have the subtitle, so we'll let the blogger decide what their subtitle should be, as well as this background header image, and finally their actual about me paragraphs or whatever they want to throw in there. The only thing we need to store inside the application user object would be the subheader and the content. Okay, so now that we have these things added in, we'll have to run another migration. Now we will create a view model called About View Model. And this will just hold the stuff for our form when we let the user change their information. So now let's hop into our Admin Business Manager. We're going to need a couple more things in here. One, we're going to have to pull in that user service we just created, and we're also going to need our web host environment since we're allowing the user to upload an image. And I just realized that I never set any of these to read only, which I like to do when they are in fact read only. And we're going to add a few methods to this business manager. The first will be getting our about view model. So we're just returning the about view model. And we're taking in the claims principal. Then we just want to get the user based off the claims principal. So we can just recycle that. And then finally, we're going to return a new about view model with the data populated. Okay, let's add that to our interface. And since we're already in here, let's go ahead and create the update method for once they've made some changes to this view model, and then they submit it, it'll come through to our update method. And just like how we check if there's a header image here, we'll do the same in here. So we make that check. Obviously we're not using the edit view model, and we'll change this path, use system IO, And we also need to pull in that ensure folder, which was this private method here. And then for this path, let's go with user files, and then I'll just say users, and then we'll take in the application user ID, and then we'll set it by default to be header image as well. And we also need to add this to our interface. With all of that set up, we can now go into our admin controller, and we'll add a method for our about as well as our post method for the user update. And all we really have to do here is just call the about or the update about method, and then just going to redirect to the about. And something I just realized I forgot to do inside this update about would be to actually update the user. So we got to call our service and update it. With that done, we can actually create our view now. So inside of views and admin, we'll create a new view called about. Let's go into our post and then our create. I'm just going to copy all of this, go into my about, paste it in there, then change some of these to reflect what it actually is. And because we're using the scripts, if we go to our admin layout, we don't have the scripts the same way we do in this layout. So just copy that over. And last thing we need to do is give our user a way to navigate to this page. So to do that, we'll just go into our views, shared components, and then in our admin side nav, we will just copy this, create a new link in the middle, and this is going to go to our admin and about. It will be called about me. We'll change this icon to user edit. Let's rebuild. Let's check it out. Then over here we have the about me. Okay, brings us to this, which let's change that. Okay, so we have about me, update your about me info, header image, subheader, content. Okay, so I'm gonna select a header image, be that. We submitted, it brought us right back to this about. Let's check, see if that's in our root. So user files, users, that's my user ID, and then the header image. So yeah, everything looks good for updating the about info.